Hello and welcome to the WIHS Journal Public Affairs program. I'm Jerry Williams. Well, the 9th annual Manchester Jazz Festival took place at Cheney Hall. I was on the scene, and you're going to hear sound clips of my coverage from that event. The first voice you're going to hear is founder Dr. Kenneth Wichman. That's happening now on the WIHS Journal. It's news and public affairs. All right, the 9th annual Manchester Jazz Festival. And I am with the founder, Dr. Kenneth Wichman. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing great.
Talk about the genesis, the backstory, and how it all began.
I was asked to be the fundraising vice president of our synagogue. I didn't want to do fundraising where he did dinners and gave plaques. I said, if I'm going to do it, I want to do something different. And I had a relationship with Alex Nekomovsky, who's our artistic director and an accomplished jazz musician. He had performed for an event I did for a holiday party and looked around our facility and says, we should do concerts here. And that's where it stayed until this other situation arose. And I called him, I says, here's an opportunity. You want to just see if we have access to Cheney Hall. Maybe we can put something together. So that's where it started. We wanted something unique for this area, and it's a beautiful place for music.
And you're a native of Manchester, aren't you?
Born and raised.
The city of village charm.
That's what they say.
Your love for jazz, how did that all begin?
Well, I like jazz. I like bluegrass. I like all kinds of music. But the opportunity came with the connection with Alex, who's into jazz. He's also classically trained himself, to put this program together. And it's worked out very nice.
He's Dr. Kenneth Wichman. God bless you, and thank you for putting on this wonderful event.
Okay, enjoyed the show.
All right, out and about with Jerry Williams at the 9th annual Manchester Jazz Festival. And right now I'm with the UConn Student Jazz Ensemble. Make some noise, guys.
All right. Woo! Go Huskies. Yeah, go.
They're here. Let's start with you. What's your name?
My name is Michael.
Michael, what do you play?
I play the trumpet.
How long you been playing the trumpet?
I guess over 10 years.
What inspired you?
A lot of things have inspired me. I don't know. I just love playing jazz, man, and listening to the greats, and it's pushed me throughout the years.
Who were some of your influences?
Lee Morgan was a big one for a while, and then for a while it's been Donald Byrd. But yeah.
All right. And you, your name?
I'm Sean Byington.
You play?
I play the drums.
How long you been playing drums?
About 12 years now.
What inspired you?
My father played, so when I was growing up, there was always a kit in my basement. So he was my first teacher, pretty much. So yeah, and it just went from there, you know.
Nice. Play well.
Thank you.
Your name?
My name is Isidore, and I play the piano.
How long you been playing piano, Isidore?
I've been playing for maybe a decade and a half now.
Who were some of your influences?
So I'm classically trained, so of course, I loved, Bach growing up, but then at some point along the way, my dad kind of exposed me to jazz, and then he put me on Chick Corea, and I was probably one of the first cats that really inspired me to love improv and, just the beauty of that music.
Who am I speaking with?
My name's Colin.
Hi, Colin.
I play the guitar. I've been playing for about 8 years now. Some of my greatest influence, I love J. Lodge, Julian Lodge, one of the best out there right now. And of course, Pat Martino. That's another big one.
Born and raised where?
I was born and raised in New Hartford, Connecticut, in the middle of nowhere, right next to Torrington.
Yeah, he's born in the sticks, New Hartford.
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm with Andrew Wilcox, founder of the Andrew Wilcox Trio. How you doing, Andrew?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right. Talk about your crew. How long has it been in existence, and how did it get formed?
So I've been playing with my trio since I was about a freshman in college. So that, at this point, is about 8 years. you know, and it's gone through a bunch of different personnel shifts, a bunch of different people, and I'm really happy tonight to be playing with Yaron Israel, who has been a long-time member of my trio for the past about 2 years, and then Lucas Curtis, and it's his first time playing with the trio, but I've known Lucas for a long time. He's been a big brother to me for a very long time.
What were some of your influences when you were coming up?
Oh man, a couple personal influences. First, pianist Glenn Zaleski, who's also from Boylston and now lives in New York, and has played with Cecile McLaurin-Salvant and, you know, Ravi Coltrane and all these wonderful people. Other musicians, McCoy Tyner, Mulder Miller, the great Andrew Hill, James Williams, Stanley Cowell. Those guys were all very, very impactful on my upbringing.
Out and About with Jerry Williams, 9th Annual Manchester Jazz Festival, and look what the wind blew in, folks. Our very own Lorna Diane. How you doing?
I'm doing quite well, Jerry. So good to have you here tonight.
I'm glad. This is right in your wheelhouse. I mean, who better to MC an event like this?
I don't know, but I thank God for the pleasure and the glory for this opportunity.
Yeah.
This is really special to me.
And how many of these have you done, or is this your first one? Take me back.
This is actually my second year hosting as MC, and last year was my first year. So yeah, it was a new thing. Anytime I have to get in front of people, it's different.
Yeah.
So I'm used to behind the scenes.
This thing just kind of fell in your lap. What's the backstory? How did it all happen?
Well, Drew Crandall, who is part of the Keep in Touch, the marketing part of it, he sent me an email because he wanted me to advertise it on one of the stations and the jazz stations that I'm at. And he came back and said, would you be interested in emceeing the program? And I said, immediately, sure, without even thinking. And he says, great. It's not paid. I was like, that's okay. To God be the glory. He gave me the opportunity, and next thing you know it, I'm here.
Your payment is the joy that you receive.
Exactly. So true.
Folks, see, she looks great. You can catch Lorna Diane on WIHS Radio, folks, as well as Mixed Bag of Jazz. Talk about some of the jazz programs and other outlets that they can catch you with this genre.
Right now I'm on Jazz Beats Radio, which I have my own show Monday through Friday called the Jazz Night Flight, and that's heard digitally on jazzbeatsradio.com. Then I have another jazz show on WRTC FM 89.3, which is a Trinity College station, and on Wednesdays at 3 to 6, it's called the Mixed Bag of Jazz, which I kind of like to open up that platform for new and local artists and really get to the ground roots of who's who in Hartford and elsewhere, but just opening it because I only have 3 hours to work with.
You've been connected with jazz for how many years now?
I would say about 7-8 years now.
How'd that begin?
Well, I was working in the industry and had left the radio for a minute, and I was looking forward to getting back into radio, and someone pulled my coattail and said, you know, WRTC does live radio. That was the key. I wanted to do live radio. And got through with the program, went through the test, and they didn't have any idea who I was because I did most of my radio stuff in Cleveland or down in south end of Bridgeport, down that end. So I got into WRTC, started my own show, and that's 7 years later.
We're so blessed to have Lorna's smooth, professional sounding voice on WIHS Radio. You can catch her at different times, but I'm not going to hold you any longer. I know you got to get set to MC this event. Folks are walking in, so I just want to stop by and grab you for a moment and say hello and give them what you got. Do what you do.
Practically a sold-out crowd, too, so we're really looking forward to it. It's a nice, intimate atmosphere, less than about 300 seatings, but that's what makes it so quaint. I'm glad that you stopped by, though.
Well, God bless you. Keep fighting a good fight of faith. I'll talk to you later and see you down the road.
Absolutely. God bless.
Your name?
My name's Kira, and I play saxophone. And I started playing, like, I think 10 years ago. And then in high school, I joined the jazz band and switched to baritone.
And And you just heard clips and sound of my coverage of the 9th Annual Manchester Jazz Festival that took place at Cheney Hall. If you would like more information about what you heard today, call WIHS 860-346-1049, 860-346-1049. I'm Jerry Williams for the WIHS Journal. It's news and public affairs.